Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the Volkswagen e-Caravelle. You're looking for an 8-seat electric vehicle. You're looking for 4 ISOFIX points as well. This may be the car for you. So we're going to have a look around the outside, the inside, and then take it out for a drive. We've been driving it all week. We drove down to Ardnacrusha in County Clare and up to Balmullet. So I've put a lot of miles on this car. It is a long wheelbase only. It's coming in 2 different trims in Ireland, and it has a, depending on where you look, a 67/68 kilowatt hour battery, but it's a 63.8 usable battery. Charging is on the front left hand side, so perfect for supercharger. It's 11 kilowatt on AC, 125 kilowatt hour in DC, so not the fastest, and they're saying 10 to 80% in under 40 minutes. Nice daytime running lights here. This is built in partnership with Ford, so it is a Ford e-Transit in underneath. There isn't any storage in underneath here, but I'm going to show you what's inside there. It's a large vehicle, being an 8-seater. No, I don't think you're going to get much of an after storage in here. And it's not a dedicated electric vehicle platform either, so you will get the Caravelle in combustion engine. You can see some aerials on the top there. And then we look at the rear first. Large wiper, but it does have a camera, which is actually very good. High level brake lamp, and then the e-Transporter nameplate. Reversing camera down here, which is different to the camera for the mirror. 1,000 litres behind the third row. Absolutely huge. This is going to go up against the likes of the Kia PV5, but that's only a 7-seater, whereas a lot more space in here with an 8-seater, and prices in Ireland starting off at around 62,700 for the standard trim, and then the upper level trim, the style trim, is going to be the car that we have today is just over 67,000. ID Buzz is coming in at 69,000, but that's a 7-seater rather than, as mentioned already, an 8-seater. Electric motor is a 286 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 7.4 seconds, top speed of 150 kilometers an hour. They're saying range of 300 kilometers. We'll talk about my usage rates later on in the review. 69,495 for this one. Style Life is the entry-level trim, and that comes at 62. So there's 2 different it's 5 vehicles in total. On Life trim, it is a 136 or 218. They're all the same battery size. And then the Style is 136, 218, and this one, which we have, is a 286 horsepower. 17-inch wheels. And we're on Goodyears. And when you drop all these seats down, remove what you want to remove, it jumps up to 5,400. Turns into a van, as you can imagine. 12 volted down here. Tie-off hooks. And if you wanted to knock down that third row, it can be done easily enough by just popping that, and then it knocks it down. And to bring it back up again, I'm literally standing in the van, back of the van now. We are doing this. And 3 full headrests, and you'd get 8 adults in here, no problem at all. Not a power tail lift, which I was surprised about actually. Double sliding doors. You can see where the old fuel filler is. It's going to beep away at me here now because it doesn't like the fact that I've left the van on for lights. 3 full seats, 3 independent seats, and there's 2 outer ones are ISO. Same in the rear. You can drop the top by pulling this lever or this lever. Pull that down. That drops down. Turn it into a table if you wanted to. And then pop it back up again. You can see those Star Wars headrests. And then if you want just to get into the back, this is the whole seat kicks forward. You can remove these seats as well. You can see the pull tabs there to remove the... you've got charging. You've also got charging down here. So, in a good place. In the rear, you've got a cup holder. that charging is there on the door as well. So either side, my feet, yeah, they can go in underneath there. Headroom, legroom, sorry, and then headroom, about 4.5, 5 centimeters, and then there's more above that for that panel sunroof. It's a tri-zone climate control, so you're getting climate in the middle and rear row activated here, and then I've got a vent over my seat position with a little reading light. Great space back here, and the seats are really nice. Because it's the long wheelbase, you're getting that extra room. And then you're just knocking that down. You can feel the quality. It probably goes against it with regards to weight. Door pockets, pull handle, not automatic, and this one has the sunblind on the second row, not on the third row. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, no, there isn't any on the third row. Look at that window. It goes from the C pillar all the way back, doesn't stop here, goes all the way back to the D pillar. That's a massive window. Great visibility. Great family mover, great business mover, golf, taxi. Range might be its only Achilles heel. Okay, that's the middle row then as well. And then up, and I don't even have to go out, I can go straight up here if I wanted to. We've got armrests, so you can. Okay, up on the dash, you've got cup holders, power points, storage, another cup holder there, and another one over there. Lighting control with the back to automatic, rear, front and rear poor weather lighting. You've got your adjusters for your mirrors, your front, window adjustment. On that door you can see there's storage here, even a little bit down the very bottom. Nice footrest here, I've noticed when I was driving. Large driver display, actual physical buttons, and then a nice infotainment screen. So it's mirroring Android Auto at the moment. So this is the Android Auto bit, and even you can put up, but you wouldn't need to because this bit stays permanent. And on that you can see 4 different things. What you're connected to, your sorry, no, let me start from the top. That's the top. What you're listening to. So that could be the radio, but at the moment it's the Nevo EV News podcast. If you haven't already listened to it, we have our own podcast that goes out every Tuesday. If it's Tuesday, it must be Nevo EV News Day. Then you have trip computer, and you can see I've been getting 23 kilometers per 100 kilometers. So that gives me a WLTP, an actual range of about 277 kilometers. That has gone up to 27. So that would bring the actual range around to 233. EV database says that the e-Caravelle has a range of about 245 rear range. What phone I'm connected to, and then there is a navigation map. So if you had this on your Spotify playlist, you'd still have maps here. You can still put maps up here as well. Underneath we've got some shortcut buttons, hazard light, volume and electronic handbrake, power, wireless phone charger, one of the best I've used. Doesn't overheat the phone, actually charges it even when it's been in phone mirroring mode. And then a cup holder there. A glove box on the top, glove box on the bottom, and then a armrests on the front driver and passenger seat, which have been great. And they're not just the inside, you're getting a door side as well on both sides. Have I said side a lot there? We've talked about price, we've talked about power, we've talked about range. What have we not talked about? It's got the Le Mans alloys, the 17-inch aircon in the cab in the rear, 3-zone, armrest, body colour exterior. It's got the IQ LED matrix headlamps, and so you can put it on auto mode and it'll start to remove oncoming cars' signs out of the full beam. Advanced high beam control, area view, including rear camera. So I'll show you what that looks like actually. So you can see the 360, and I can also see what's happening around on the reverse. So you need it for the long wheelbase. Heated leatherette wrapped multifunction steering wheel. There's 7 USB in the cab and 6 in the passenger compartment, so charging is not an issue. Front assist, adaptive cruise control, which again I've both used. Side assist, rear parking sensors and camera, light assist, and 10 speakers. If you need 8 seats, if you need 4 ISOFIX, if you're looking for range, you'd probably be looking at the, if 7 seats do you, on the ID Buzz. And then, so yeah, it's a well-built people mover. And I went Dublin to Limerick. Now I had to stop, or Dublin to Ardnacrusha, and I went from Ardnacrusha to Balmullet. I had to stop, and then from Balmullet to Dublin, I had to stop. But I was stopping anyway. It charges reasonably fast. Yeah, probably a bit on the expensive side for a people mover, but it is that uniqueness of the 8-seater. It is that uniqueness of the 4 ISOFIX. And if 250 real world range kilometers works for you, you're creeping into Kia, Hyundai used prices there. But again, they don't have 8 seats. So this is where this wins. And if I'm not mistaken, they don't have 4 ISOFIX as well. So it is a niche product. If it suits you, it will work for you. Right, that's the inside and the outside of the e-Caravelle from Volkswagen. Let's take it out for a drive. What's it like driving the Volkswagen e-Caravelle? You have to remember to put up this armrest before you get in and get out, because otherwise you won't be able to get out the door. I won't anyway. It's a start-stop button, which you actually have to press, and then it is down for D. It won't go into forward momentum unless your seatbelt is put on, that I found anyway. And there is a 2-stage regenerative braking with a B mode on the drive mode stock selector. I love driving vans. If you're watching this video and you are a van driver, even an electric van driver, let me know in the comments, do you like driving vans? Because I love driving vans. And the reason for it is just that vertical seating position. I was a van driver for over 10 years myself. For those of you who have subscribed to the channel know my background of using a Volkswagen Caddy in a previous job. And I put 460,000 kilometers on it. Upright seating position, visibility is also, and there's lots of glass in this. Rear view camera is excellent. Side mirror with blind spot mirror underneath, but it does have blind spot warning on it as well. Suspension is good. It's got that long wheelbase. It's got 17-inch wheels, so it's a real lovely cruiser. Stuck it on cruise control. I landed from Germany last Wednesday night, 10 p.m, and I had to go to Ennis in Clare and just stuck it on cruise control. Off it went. Now it was rainy, it was wind, I was going into the wind, and that's where we got that efficiency of 27 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers. So it was pretty miserable, and this is about as aero as a fridge. So I'd like one pedal driving. I do have a setting for automatic handbrake, which is nice, but I don't think I have a setting for one pedal driving that I could see anywhere. That left foot rest is lovely. Seats are good with the double armrest, as we talked about already, and this was the highest powered electric motor. I don't know why Volkswagen do so many choices. Like, they're so funny sometimes with regards to people just want trims and put in on the lower entry trim, because that's the affordable one, put in the more affordable electric motor. But given 2 choices, just putting stress on production and factory and all that kind of stuff, it's a funny one. They're still doing it. They did it when they brought out the Volkswagen ID3 and ID4 originally. Something like 20 odd different variations of the ID4. I digress. If you want a high trim, low powered electric motor, Volkswagen will give you that as well. I don't think I have insulated glass. No, I don't. Now that I've found that it's been too windy or noisy, and the noise, vibration and harshness has been good as well. And we are there. It's nice to have the little extra whoop as you're heading away. I don't know what kind of shenanigans is going on here. Oh, there's a lot of lads walking on the hard shoulder. Steering wheel is reach and rake. It's a nice near perfect circle. It is a small bit flat bottomed. And this has proven my point, the speed sign recognition sometimes just doesn't pick up the updated speed sign. So I know I'm in an 80 at the moment. It's still flashing the 60 zone from before. And I see the signs passing by, so it's not like the signs are missing. So just a small bit of tweaking on the software there. And I do appreciate whoever was the designer of the blind spot. In the blind spot in the mirror, it's a van with the little image that's embossed into the glass. I notice the silly things like that. So yeah, with this higher powered electric motor, it's nice to have that extra poke, but one pedal drive one would be nicer. I've had once or twice that the phone mirroring has disconnected. Not something that comes back after a while. It's just, now it says phone mirroring wireless not available at the moment, and then it gives you the option of plugging it in if you wanted to. But just on both long journeys, it's now when I got out and come back in again, or left it a little while, it's connected as well. So I'm not sure where the fault lies there, but there's the Renault 5 pod that Renault Ireland are horsing around the place, wherever it was yesterday. Let's bring it up to the M1 southbound, which allows me to get up to 120 kilometers an hour. That is 88, 90, 100, 110, 120. Bit of buffeting around the wing mirrors. They are large. They're retractable as well. You have to turn it on though. Whoever had it last didn't have it on. I always like to see the retractable because it allows you to know that the lock is done. So a bit of wind around the mirrors, but nothing to write home about. That is my first drive of the Volkswagen. I think I have to put that extra V in it. Volkswagen e-Caravelle. As mentioned from the start, if you're looking for an 8-seater, there's not many things out there that can compete with it. There are some of the Stellantis stuff like Opel and Citroen or Vauxhall if you're watching in the UK. If you're looking for 4 ISOFIX, which is the thing, Matthew Seeley from the Irish EV Association, he drives a Citroen Space Tour. Is that what the Citroen one is called? Because he has 4 smaller Matthews. So yeah, there are families out there that want to go electric, that want the 4 ISOFIX, and so this is another one that fits into that box. If you have enjoyed the review, make sure you jump into the comments, let me know, hype the video, always great to get that help. Leave a comment, share. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching.